The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Once again, it is your man, Ruben, in the house, here to deliver what I can and what I can't. Hey, so first of all, let's get to a little old business. So first of all, I apologize for not having the show last week. There were some really big circumstances and why that happened, and we'll get into that in a second. Shout out to those who remembered last Sunday was my birthday. So, woo, your boy's getting stronger, your boy's getting older, and your boy's still doing what he do. So, the one thing I do want to talk about today, very briefly, Mo B will be with us shortly. AG is in parts unknown today, so hopefully he'll come back to the parts known next week. But so basically what happened was, because you know what I do, I tell all my business on the show. Your boy got a little tiny infection in his foot. As we know, I am a type 2 diabetic, and I'm healing from some foot stuff from last year. Right foot's fine, left foot's kind of almost there. But the situation is that what's going on is that it got infected. So I spent 8 glorious days in the hospital, and they cut off my toe. They cut off my tiny toe, my little tiny toe. So I'm now the 9-toe man, and that's cool, because let's be real, a little tiny toe, all that did was cause me great pain, great anguish, and it got in the goddamn way about everything. So, with that being said, as you can tell if you look at my background, I'm in a different locality. I'm in a different place. Yes, to convalesce. I love my parents, so I'm hanging with my parents for a little bit, and that's cool. I blurred lines because we don't need to know exactly where I'm at. But let's just say I'm in a place unknown to y'all, known to me, and I am safe, and I'm recovering very well, and I'm excited. And of course, right now, we got Mo B in the house. What's going on, Mo B?
Chilling, man.
Yeah, I was just telling a story about how, one of my little piggies went to the market and never came back and stuff. And
Guess
yeah,
that's one
man.
way to put it.
Yeah. 8 days in the hospital. Hey, man, it's kind of, not gonna lie, it's kind of interesting. But don't do it unless you absolutely have to do it. I literally didn't walk on my feet for about 3 days because it was just like, nope. So of course, I think one of the highlights of the hospital. First of all, before I get into that, I'd like to say this, ladies. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm apologize on behalf of just me, but I'm sorry, man, because if you've never been in a hospital and you've never used a urinal as a guy, yeah, that's like trigonometry, bro. But once you get to that spot, you money. But until you know you got to that spot, you're not sure what the answer is. It's kind of crazy. So all I'm saying is, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, ladies. I feel for you. But yeah, so I had to use that. And then, of course, if you don't poop in the hospital, they don't let you go. And the bedpan poop just won't work for your boy. There is nothing remotely cool, sexy, serene, or whatever adjectives you like to use when they slide a bedpan on your ass and tell you to take a poop in the bed. My body's like, nah, player, not happening, not happening today. Um,
I gotta say, I've been in the hospital a fair amount of times in the last couple years. Never had to do that, man. So
if they had had like
I was always able
whatever,
to get to an actual toilet, and I think that's a good thing.
yeah, man. So like the biggest thing was so so I had the surgery on Thursday. I I couldn't put weight on my left foot, which means I can't walk, and they're not going to necessarily carry me to the toilet. So their thing was bedpan. I did try. I sat on that bedpan for like 10 minutes, and my body's like, nah, player. That's not how we get down at all. At all. So, went a couple days without pooping. Um, wasn't exactly fun, but it is what it is. Um, you know. But yeah, right now, you know, I'm convalescing at my parents. I have a wound vac on it to suck up all the bad stuff. It doesn't make a lot of noise. It's on right now. They come and change it every so often. Um, it's also healing as well. So hopefully your boy will be back up and running sooner rather than later because the one thing that I can't stand the most, bro. Hey man, we say this a couple times on this show, but I'm gonna bring it close to you because I want all y'all to hear this. Freedom ain't free, bro. Freedom ain't free. And when you ain't got none, like to go and come as you please, I'm just saying, value your legs, value your feet, value your life. And if you can go and come as you please, you keep that shit as long as you can. Because I am gonna be the dude when I'm 85 years old. You're gonna have to pull my license from my dead cold hands. Because yeah, the fact that I can't get in my truck and drive where I want. The fact that I can't go to the store. The fact that look, and even dressing is a little intricate now with this wound vac on, man. And it's not even like oxygen. At least for oxygen, people will be like, sympathetic. They'll be like, "What's that? And why is it sticking out your leg, out your foot?" Hey, man, all I'm saying to everybody out there, value freedom. Because when it's gone, you're going to wish you had it. And you can take that any way you want to take it. Got myself right here, got myself a pick. So I have to do IV at home. So, woohoo. Right there. Put the IV joint in there. That's like 45 minutes of my life I can't get back every day. But it's better than being in the hospital. My pick line. Hey man, your boy just trying to get healthy. Still trying to work out. Try to look good for the summer. That's what I do. What you been up to, Moby? That's me.
None, man. Just sitting here doing a lot of nothing. Trying to do as little as I can get away with.
I mean, I'm actually with you on that boat, man. Because I'm doing a lot of little. a lot of little. But you know, it's all good. So, a couple things I want to talk about, Moby. I don't know if you've heard that, yo, man. Can I first of all, before I talk about it, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who pisses off easy? Black people or white people?
I don't know, man.
What's your opinion? What do you think? Like, cause I feel like
I,
I
I
feel like
think
it's equal.
I think it depends on the context of what you're talking about, man. Like,
Okay.
because I think you know what whites do a really good job of getting pissed off and offended by
What?
shit that ain't got nothing to do with them.
Okay.
I'm I hear so many people get up in arms or that's so offensive, and I'm like, yo, the community ain't even offended by that. Why are you? Like, you ain't even a part of this community. Like, I feel like black people, we tend to only be disrespected or offended by stuff that's meant to disrespect or offend us.
Hmm.
We don't be out here being disrespected and offended for other people. I mean, look, I say it all the time, man. I stay out of other folk business, man. Like,
That's true. You do. You do. You're consistent with that. So now, so first of all, I'm gonna put this out here because I've seen it so much. I don't know it's true. In the day of AI, you just don't know, man. So apparently, Carnival Cruise Lines created rules. So you know, apparently, this is once again, this is apparent, and I apologize. I just haven't had a chance to back this story up. But then again, in the days of today, you never know what story is truly legit, but it's worth talking about because everybody else is talking about it. So apparently,
wait a minute, that makes it worth talking about just because everybody else talking about it.
well, you're assuming like if it's on ABC News or if it's on their website that is legit, and so you know what I'm saying. Like, unfortunately, you have to go to those news sites, but then sometimes those news sites are spoofed too. So you really don't know if it's true because you don't see it yourself. But back to the story, apparently Carnival Cruise Lines changed their rules about stuff. Like apparently you can't do uh like you can't bring speakers, Bluetooth speakers on their boats now.
Interesting.
Um because apparently, and this is just the word on the street, man. The word on the street says a whole lot of black people started going on Carnival Cruise Lines, and they were bringing their speakers, and they were doing the stomp dance, like playing it real loud and just taking over like the pool area and stuff like that. So I guess the other people who were on that were like offended or they didn't like it or whatever, and it's just like so they created rules so you can't bring your own Bluetooth speaker, aka you basically can't bring your own music. And then on purpose, you can't do certain dances on it. Like I don't know what the stump is. I mean, do you know what
I
dance that
mean,
is?
I'm trying to figure out like is this conjecture that we people are assuming that they made these rules for this, or did they come out and say, "Hey, y'all niggas is playing music too loud and shaking your ass too much by the pool. Ain't nobody got time for that."
So the the carnival has rules to promote safety, denies hip hop and rap music ban because they said they also ban hip hop and rap music too. Like
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna say that's gonna come off as pretty racist if you just ban if you're banning a whole genre of music. It's
So
not
this is
like they said we prohibiting like offensive language, because what
Mhm.
if I got the edited version of these tracks?
yeah. So here are the regulations. A curfew for guests under the age of 17 cannot be in public places on the ship after 1 p.m., 1 a.m.,
I mean, that makes
unless
sense.
unless accompanied by adult over 21. A ban on the use of speakers and radios, and the requirement that guests use earphones or headphones when listening to music or watching video in public places. Prohibiting the use of handheld fans in public places. Oh, I don't know what that's
I don't
about.
know what that's about. Like
Well, maybe they have a church up here, like,
me trying to be cool is offensive to people.
yeah. Um, Barring the consumption of drinks on dance floors. So now you can't drink on the dance floor.
I mean, look, I don't necessarily like that rule, but I mean, I ain't gonna call that racist because that's pretty generic. Like, we just don't want drunk motherfuckers on the dance floor. I got it.
Very true. Very true. A marijuana ban, which includes the threat of arrest for violators. So that's interesting, considering that it's fairly legal in the country.
Yeah,
But I
but it's
guess
not fairly legal everywhere in the country. Meaning,
correct.
like, weed can be legal in your state, but it's still illegal to smoke weed on school grounds.
Yeah, but I
So
guess
I
you
mean,
also
I get it if they're like, hey, we want carnival to be treated like the school, baby. Like, we don't want weed. We got kids up here, baby. We don't.
well, and I guess the other thing is this is international waters, so we can make it whatever rules we want because because I mean, to go back to the whole Martian thing, you know, international waters, pirate ship, R, all that stuff. If you watch the movie Martian, you'll understand that because that's what he called himself, Pirate Blonde Beard. Everybody thought he was crazy. And a $500 fine for violation of the cruise line smoking rules. So that's what they added, you know. Um, and so apparently, you know, people are just like, well, the these were rules to target the black community or include direction for DJs not to play rap or hip hop music.
Once again, as soon as you put that up there, man, it's hard for me to be like,
But
that's
that's not what the
anything
rules
short of
state.
racist.
But that's not what the rules state. You know, that's the rules. Now they may say, "Hey, D Nice, we don't want you to play any rap or hip hop music," and D Nice could be like, "Well, I guess I'm not working for you because that's all I got." You know, but I guess But here's the question, right? What about the wobble? Is the wobble considered rap or hip hop music, or is it a dance song?
Once again, that feels subjective, and I'm pretty sure that would be classified as hip hop, though.
So, but in those rules I stated, none of them said anything about hip hop or rap music. You know, basically it said you can't bring your big ass Bluetooth speaker and you can't play it loud because you want to listen to it. Maybe the people who are tanning don't want to listen to
I
it.
mean, look, I'm actually okay with that rule if there's like, hey, we ban Bluetooth speakers from. But my thing is that should only be you should not be allowed to bring it on the cruise. It should be
Yeah,
like, hey, you can't play your Bluetooth speaker in the public areas of the cruise ship. What if I'm in my room and I want to listen to my Bluetooth speaker, my music? Why can't I do that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, and I think they are pieces and parts. You know,
I mean,
depending
like,
on
look, there's really there's no way to not conclude that what they're trying to do is make it really difficult for a certain sect of clientele to want to come
yes,
on the cruise ship. And
yes.
that clientele is niggas. Or people who are nigga adjacent. Like they don't want the Latinos who might bump the music. They don't want the white people that have been hanging in the hood for a long time. Like they basically want a pretty nigga free cruise ship experience. They might as well
Yeah.
be Viking cruises. You know what I'm saying? You
Uh,
see them Viking cruises be advertising them cruises to the. They will never show a black person in that commercial. It's
cause,
always
cause why
old
would we
white
go
people
there?
in that.
Why are we going that? Because
I
it's
actually
about
want to
Vikings
go.
and
I
shit.
actually want to go on one of those Viking cruises because they look dope. But I also realize if I go up there, it'll just be me. Just be me and my wife. Just we'd be only color on the ship. We'd
So
be
first
damn
of
near
all,
tourist attraction. And
I
in this suite we have our Negro couple.
so let me help you out with that, man. Well, your wife ain't going on that trip,
Oh no, she would go. She would totally go on that.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. But I agree with you, man. It sucks, man, because we do talk about this a lot because when it's all said and done, everybody's like, well, they don't want black people there. And it's just like, no, they don't. They're not. They don't want black people on it.
They don't want a subculture of black people up there.
Yeah,
They
that's really what it
they
is.
don't want a large majority of the culturally black people up there.
And W.R. Brown said, no, the hell, no, I wouldn't go. It's too
I
cold,
mean,
and that's
that,
fair.
well, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't be for none of the reasons you say. She'd be like, we gotta go in the summertime when it's all those European venture spots are still warm.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, so because I knew you were gonna say it, like, and we've talked about this numerous times, man. Just, I think it's time, man. It's time to go down a list of things that have been ruined by Negroes.
You see, I'm gonna disagree, man, because this whole cruise thing, I can't ride that this has been ruined by black people, man. Honestly, this has been ruined by the fact that black people got money. Because some of these black people didn't have no money, they wouldn't be on these cruises with these white. See, what it is black people with money or broke white people have to be in the same spots, and that's when stuff happens that white people don't like. It's when those broke ass white people have to be in the same spot as black people. That's when turmoil happens. Exclusivity is what white people pay for. They don't pay for like nice things. They pay for exclusivity. Like I got a theory that I shared with my wife over the weekend. I think broke white people have life experiences when their black people aren't around that allow them to still have their same white experiences even without money. Like we were in a small city in a small town in Virginia pretty much this weekend, and we noticed that gas prices were like 45 cents cheaper. Their grocery stores had sales and deals that grocery stores just 45 minutes away in the city do not have. And I was telling them, I said, yeah, because if you have enough broke white people together, they still live a good life because the common denominator is they just want to make sure we ain't there. So they look out for each other. It's like it's the old Saturday Night Live skit when Eddie Murphy was undercover as a white person, and he
Yeah.
realized the white people live great when the black people ain't around. I really feel like that's what happens in a lot of parts of the country, and maybe that's just me being naive and stupid. But like, that's a conspiracy theory that I'm going to die with. Like, if it's a town full of nothing but white people, everything there is cheaper. Like the American dream costs significantly less there, and the only thing that can possibly ruin that economy if you sprinkle some black people in there, because then they gotta go, oh shit, now we can't let the black people know this is how we live and when we broke, so now everybody gotta suffer. So that's all the Carnival crew. Like it's like, hey man, the white people can't afford the really really nice cruises, so since the black people can afford this cruise too, it's kind of fucked up for everybody now, man. We got to make it so they don't want to come here, so then we can go back to having our nice shared white experience.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, like, I was still older lady, older black lady, not like old, but an older black lady. She responded to that, and she was just like, she first started off saying, "I ain't never been on Carnival Cruise Lines before, but I've been on cruises." And I was like, "Okay." So here's a complete, whole, uneducated conversation about what she thinks about this because she ain't never experienced it. And she was just like, on a cruise, we're there for to chill out, to relax, all that stuff. We're not there for all that loud stuff. Like I said, she was an older black woman. And she was also like, if you want to do all that, then go get your own cruise. And I was just like, and then she literally said this movie. She was like, why don't you go and get your own cruise like Soul Plane? And I was like, stop.
Well, I would argue that that's what Carnival Cruise was. It's like the most expensive, like inexpensive cruise line you could get on at the time, because they always have the
Yeah.
big deals. And like, look, man, older black people and white people have one shared thing in common, which is they believe that what they believe is law. And yes, maybe you went on a cruise because you wanted to chill out, but some motherfuckers went up there because they was like, "Yo, we could party on a boat."
I'm on a boat.
Let's party on a big ass boat. Like that's what it was for some people.
I mean,
And as
yeah.
somebody who realizes that, hey, two people can view this same situation very differently. Myself now in my 40s, if I went on a cruise, I probably would be like, hey man, I'm on this cruise to chill out and relax. But I wouldn't be mad at the 20-something-year-olds up there partying, because I'd be like, man, when I was their age, I'd have been trying to get loose too. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we
And
can
see,
party.
I mean, but for everything I've heard and read, they were partying like, remember Good Times and the Black Last Supper where all the black people were dancing? They were
Yeah.
partying like that, man. And I was just like, I mean, I didn't realize this is the park in 14,
I mean, I'm
right?
sorry, that sounds like a good ass time, even if you not part of the party. Like, I mean, yeah, I might be there to chill and relax, but I mean, I still ain't so far removed from a party that I won't appreciate a good party when I see one.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially as long as there ain't no foolishness up there. Like, it ain't like they was like, oh man, these niggas be up here bringing their guns and shit.
true.
Or it's not like, oh man, every time I go to the pool, somebody be fighting. If that was what was going on, I'd be like, all right, I get it. But if they just like, oh man, every time we go to the pool, these black people look like they're having the time of their fucking life, man. Like, I mean, if that's insulting to you, like these people looking like they're having a good time, then we will not see eye to eye on this. Because even if I did want to just chill and relax and have a serene experience, I can't be mad at people for just chilling. Now, hey, they do be fighting. Hey, look, if the people up there fighting, cool, I get it. Get them niggas off, man. I ain't trying to deal with that. But when you say they do be fighting, like if you're gonna specifically tell me it just be the black folk up there fighting, then cool. Let's do what we do at the club. So you can't get in with them shoes on. Let's
Yeah.
raise the age limit before you can get into the cruise line. Let's do all that. But
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the only problem y'all having with them is the music and the rambunctiousness of the crowd,
Well, it also sounds like kids just running around at 3 o'clock in the morning.
once again, when you said that rule about the one, I'm like, hey, that makes reasonable sense. Like, hey, watch kids.
Yeah, keep their ass in bed. Like, ain't no reason for them.
Or they
And,
just need to start making some kid consequences. Like, hey, just letting you know, if your kid out here doing stupid shit,
we
y'all
got
all
kid
can
jail.
get kicked off.
We got kid jail. What's up?
And y'all all will be kicked off.
And W.R. Brown did say they do be fighting.
Like I
See?
said, I get it. If that's the issue, that you made all these rules because you've determined that the people who listen to hip hop music are the only people who get in fights, or the people who listen to Bluetooth music by the pool are the only people that get in fights, or the people who drink while on the dance floor, not drink, period. But if you're drinking on the dance floor, that means you're gonna get in a fight. If that's what you've statistically
Well,
determined,
and
then
but that's a high evidence of that because Lord knows, I mean, even in regular clubs, man, if you spill a little bit of something on somebody, some people ready to fight, and Lord knows
hey, look,
if
man,
they got their
I
Jordans
just
on.
assumed that drinking on the dance floor thing is a hazard thing. Because,
Well,
like,
yeah, it
look,
probably
the one
slipped or
thing you
something.
don't want is somebody to get injured while you're in the middle of the fucking ocean. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, yeah, you got medical people up there, but you don't want to waste medical people up on miscellaneous bullshit.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, if they do be fighting, man, they got to go. Like that's like I don't.
But I promise you, man, just eliminating hip hop music and Bluetooth speakers by the pool is not going to prevent fights from happening on a cruise. It's not.
No,
Especially
I
being all these clubs have like basically all these cruises have basically like club stuff up there anyway. Like, bro, fights happen at every type of club.
yeah,
Every type of club. Fights are a result of alcohol, hormones, and people.
and stupidity. Yeah, man, it's just you know, it's it's sad. That because at first I was just like, what are they talking about? Then I just kept reading it, getting more and more, and I'm just like, yo, Carnival Cruise Line say we don't like black people. I mean, Diddy said that too, but black people still eat there now. Yeah, well, Denny's didn't say that. The black people didn't like the way they were treated at Denny's. So, must be accurate. But I ate Denny's a couple months ago. Yeah, they treated me all right. So, with that being said, do you think going on Carnival Cruise Lines is like if you were to go on a cruise, is Carnival Cruise Lines where you would go on, or do you care?
I mean, look, man, I've actually never been on a cruise,
Me either.
so I don't necessarily have I don't really have an educated opinion on what type of cruise line I go on. I will say that those rules don't necessarily deter me from wanting to go on a cruise with Carnival,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't also make me feel welcome. Like, it does make it seem like, yeah, they doing a real good job of trying to make sure certain people
Yeah, but
ain't
we
up
know
here.
that certain people ain't you.
I mean, yeah and no. I mean, because
You're assuming it's not you, I guess.
yeah, I mean, I'd like to bring my Bluetooth speaker on a cruise ship because I like to listen to my own music.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He said, I think, they said Bluetooth speaker because they didn't want to be like they didn't want to give dimensions, and then you have some dude with a small speaker and that's loud as f. That's why I think they just said Bluetooth speaker. Man. But then again, why would like I get it, you playing it in your room, but you know what? I I like to think my phone's loud enough. That's just me. I mean, Moby left me for a little bit, but I think it's loud enough to play. But I get it, man. Like you know, it is what it is. Carnival Cruise Lines. I ain't never been on a cruise, but like Moby said, it's just they just trying to get rid of the niggas. Like that's just what it is, And that ain't me, so it don't affect me. So you know, it is what it is, bro. Like yeah, that's all I can really say on it now. It is what it is. I mean, because there have been a couple things that have been shut down because the ends came around. You know, there's a bar where near where we used to live that was awesome, and then it was a cool, chill spot. Then they found out about it, shut down within 6 months after that, and I'm just like, bro, like, ugh. It's like there's 28 days later, you know, 28 week later, and then now it's 28 years, and that's just kind of I guess it's where we are, man. It's where we are. It's like it's crazy. You know. Nah, just closing it up, man. Talking about how, unfortunately, we experienced a couple times where the end shut stuff down that was unnecessary for them. You know.
Oh yeah, man. Look, man. As somebody who is a resident black person, I'm not gonna sit here and act as if I am not well aware that the element has ruined a lot of things. And I may or may not have been a part of that element at some point in time in my life, but I will acknowledge fully that sometimes that element ruins shit. And as
Yeah.
somebody who's older, like sometimes I do be like, damn, why can't y'all let us have one nice spot, bro? Like, don't mess this up. Like, the older you get, the more you become aware of that element ruining shit. And
And
you
you can
just be
see it
like,
coming.
damn, I know the element gonna fuck this spot up. So let's enjoy it while we got it.
Yeah. And then when it messes it up,
Like when you're young, I tell you, man, like I remember being like 19 and getting in 21 and up places just because I had a system to get in those places. But I
yeah,
just kept thinking, man, this shit's stupid, man. They got these 21 and up rules. And then became 21, and
and you
I was like,
understood.
yeah, man, I appreciated the fact that we didn't have 18-year-olds in there because I'm just like, hey, man, I kind of don't want them young people up in here. And I'm only like 22. And then
So
the first time you go to your 25 and up spot, you be like, oh, it is a little bit of a different vibe
yeah,
in here.
yeah,
And then when you go to your first lounge, you know what I'm saying, where it's no
yeah.
longer considered a club or a
When it's
bar,
real adults.
where they got actual seating areas,
Yeah.
and they not
Chill
just
music.
listening to trap music. You know what I'm saying? They might play some R&B. Like, yo, I probably say a couple years ago, but it was like 3 or 4 fights broke out within like 30, 40 minutes.
In a
But
lounge?
they didn't, no, it was a club. It was an actual club.
Oh.
But they didn't shut the place down.
What?
So what they did was both DJs, because it was a big spot, both DJs just got super smart. All of a sudden, there was no trap music playing. They were playing like 90s hip hop and R&B. And
Which
all of a
nobody's gonna
sudden,
fight
the
to.
energy changed because then
Yeah,
the only people that were still really there vibing were the older people that appreciated that music. Because we was like,
yeah.
yo, I ain't heard this shit in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I
I was
mean,
just like, hey, man, the DJ saved this fucking party. Now, did some of the younger riffraff leave? Maybe. But actually, a lot of the younger people stayed because, like, hey, people respect a good party when a good party's happening. Like
eh,
I don't care if it ain't the most relevant song right now, but if this
yeah.
is how we do it comes on, motherfuckers be jamming to that shit.
Nah, man. You know which one they always start out with, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa! When you hear that, we
Look,
back in the
man,
'90s.
basically anything upbeat 90s 2000s that came on that night made a whole vibe. Like I was
Yeah.
actually appreciating old Mary J. Blige songs. I was just like, hey man, this was kind of jamming back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real, man. We've talked about this numerous times. I ain't got nothing against Mary J. Blige until she be crying about stuff.
Nah, man,
Like,
I ain't got nothing against Mary J. Blige either, and I've never actually really said anything negative about Mary J. Blige. But people have already assumed some of my comments are negative. But I simply point out that her music ain't for me. I don't feel like why that's an insult. And I'm like, yo, she's not making
nah,
music for me.
she's
She's
not.
making music for women who want to be depressed and want to be sad or want to tell themselves that they ain't gonna have no more drama in their life, even though the next couple albums is gonna be nothing but drama. It's just, but she's not the first R&B artist to give me a song that basically gives me that sells me a lifestyle that she ain't really gonna live.
Yeah.
Brian McKnight's first song was One Last Cry, and I swear that nigga cried on a lot more tracks
Oh my god.
afterwards.
One, some,
Like I said, that
some.
motherfucker cried on a lot of tracks,
Two.
and like, yo, you came out the gate
Yeah.
saying that was One Last Cry.
And then they get arrested for beating women.
I mean, look, man,
I'm just saying.
you got to separate the art from the artist. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. Separate the art from the artist, man.
Is that what we doing with Diddy?
I mean, look, I can. Look, I absolutely can, man. I really hate the cancel culture of the past. Because my
Yeah.
thing is like people, oh man, you can't be listening to R. Kelly. Why the fuck can't I? Them old tracks was bumping. and they still bump it just because he was nasty as fuck. And look, that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that them tracks was dope. And I didn't necessarily know about the license. Now, if R. Kelly drop a single today, I'm not listening to it. I'm not trying to support him now. But you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not gonna act like that music didn't exist.
I'll be real,
I'm
man.
not gonna act like I won't bumping that shit before.
Here's my thing, man. I struggle listening to R. Kelly, and I'm gonna tell you why I struggle listening to R. Kelly. Because, man, every time I listen to R. Kelly, I hear another time when he told me he was a pedophile, and I missed it.
It is glaring though when you listen to the lyrics, because you be like, man, this nigga was right in front of us.
Yeah.
He was right in front of us talking about it. But I mean, hey, look, man, a hit's a hit, man. You know, so fuck that shit. A hit's a hit.
Like, I mean, you know, even when age, you know, when the number came out, man, at first everybody was just like, what? But then that beat came out, you know, Timberlake hit that beat, and everybody forgot.
First of all, R. Kelly didn't even try to hide that message. He actually highlighted the message in the song, and we didn't pay. Because when it first comes on, age ain't nothing but a number. He said it multiple times. It was almost like he was like, hey, bro, I just want y'all to know I was in the studio fucking a 13-year-old right now and got inspired to make this track. Got inspired. And I'm not trying to laugh at it or make like light of the situation, but that is kind of what it feels like happened.
But bro, even before
like we thought 12 play was like basically him just saying he was 3 times more nastier than 4 play, and it was like, no, he was playing with a 12-year-old.
I mean, but he even talked about before that, man, and with the public announcement, she got that vibe. Aaliyah's got it. Aaliyah's like 11, bro. Like, come on, how do we miss it? Like, how do we miss it so bad? Like, he's telling us. Yeah, man.
I mean, them summer bunnies drove him crazy, man.
Oh my god.
I mean, he did call himself the Pied Piper. That's when the nigga went too far. It's like, come on, bro. Like you really just putting it in our face, like for real. Like you just literally laid your dick on the table. It was just like, here it is.
He was like, Pied Piper, bitch, what's up? Like, what you gonna do? And it's just like, and then when he realized he was getting caught, he comes out with "Step in the Name of Love."
Hey, bro,
I was like,
I swear to you, the most brilliant public move ever was when that heat was on. Step in the name of love. They asked me why I did it. I did it for love. Like, well, all them old people up there jamming on the dance floor was like, hey man, this nigga can't possibly fucking adolescent kids, man. He got us out here stepping. You know what I'm saying? He got the old folk out here feeling good about going to the club.
Knowing full well when he left the club, there was some 13-year-old he was about to pee on. You know, and it's just
But no, man, I'm a firm believer in separating the art from the artist, man. And I just feel like I got to, because I don't ever look at an artist and be like, oh man, you're selling me you. No, man, you selling me music and a feel good time. Now, once I know who you are, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if R. Kelly drop a song right now, no desire to hear it. You know what I'm saying? No, none with if Diddy right now be like, take that, no desire to hear it. But
that's what I was thinking too.
But I'm not gonna act like some of them bad boy tracks and them remixes and stuff won't hot back in the day. Like it just was what it was, man.
Now we understand what that take that meant.
Hey that, man, baby, bad boy come out and play. No, had to do a remix.
Cause I liked it the first time. I want to like it a little bit better. Oh, Jesus. Once again, another dude talking to us. We just not paying attention.
I mean, look, man, I forgot who somebody wrote a book about it, and they was just like, hey man, every major artist that Diddy had either dead, jail, or found Jesus. And I was like, yo, that's pretty accurate. he's like dead, jail, found Jesus. You know what that sounds like to me? Sound like Diddy the devil. Like you running to him, you either gonna have to
which one is Loon?
What?
Did Loon find Jesus or something? Because I didn't think he was dead.
Did Loon go to jail though? Loon might have went to jail.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. You can't be stopped because it's bad boy for life. I mean,
There's so many like bad boy artists that were like so big that like,
Shine.
I just wonder what happened to them. Like, not even the ones I know what happened to them. Like, there's some that I'm just like, what happened to them? Like, hey, tell me what happened to Total.
That's a big question. Total disappeared 20 years ago, and then we ain't never heard from them since.
Where Carl Thomas at? I'm like, once again, man, it's like
somewhere.
And I get it, man. Like artists ain't ever, artists don't just last. You know what I'm saying? Artists disappear all the time. It just seems like his artists, when they disappear, them niggas is gone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Carl Thomas is somewhere being emotional.
I don't know, bro. Like just probably still owe Diddy an album too, because that's how he did them contracts. Probably still owe him an album.
I mean, honestly, man, we haven't heard from Biggie's wife in how long?
I mean, yeah, she comes and goes too. Like just
she kind of gone.
Nah, she pops out after, but part of it with her, man, I feel like part of it with her, she does that because she just don't want to be out.
Okay, and that's probably fair.
I mean, her son was rapping for a little while.
Who?
I mean, her and Biggie's son was rapping.
Who's that?
I forgot what his name was, but he was out rapping. He did a little circuit going around, being on radio stations, rapping, trying to drop tracks.
I know Eazy-E's son did that. He came up with an album too, That's because of Love and Hip Hop.
And yes, Loon actually did go to jail. I figured, yep. Loon went to jail.
I mean, yo, man. Diddy told on Jennifer Lopez, my girl took a bid for me. Like, what? Like, you just, I mean, I know we got Double Jeopardy going on with Dag, bro. You had to just put it out there. Like, yo. Here's my big question, because I didn't listen to any of the trial. Did all this start with Cassie? Or has it been doing this?
Man. Diddy has been having, like, there have been rumblings and stuff about the Diddy shit for a long time.
Even when he was with J-Lo?
For a long time. Yo, you realize when he got with J-Lo, he was still technically married?
Oh, yeah, Kim Porter, right?
Yeah, and that didn't end well.
No. Rest in peace, Kim Porter.
Once again, dead, jail, Jesus.
Like, he's stupid. He said dead, jail, Jesus. He's so dumb.
Hey, look, I didn't say it. I didn't make the statement. I'm not the brilliant person that came up with that deduction. It was in the book. I think Bomani Jones even talked about it in an interview I heard with him. Or one of his shows he talked about. Like, it's really there. Like, nobody survives. Like, bro, you realize that Mace was so huge,
yeah,
and he just walked away.
He came back into his last album. He came back into his last album.
He just walked away to go to a church, bro.
Yeah,
you know how much shit that means that nigga probably saw. He was probably just like, bro, I gotta go get saved right now. Like, I came into the industry and my name was Murder Mace. And after being with this nigga for a couple years, I was like, Jesus, take the wheel.
He did that Rugrats song. He was out. Oh my God, that's so hilarious. And it's funny, man. Like, from what I understand, like, he only got guilty on a couple things. I mean, he gonna spend 15, 30 years in jail or whatever. But
I think the most he can do is 20. But I don't think he's gonna get that.
Well, he also been in jail for like 2 years already.
I don't think he's gonna get more than 5.
You think he'll get some suspended?
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot for time served. He's been in for what, over a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, I think 2030 he will not be in jail past 2030.
Mm. You think all that you think all that baby will still be good in 2030?
Hey man, I don't think it's gonna expire.
I know that's messed up.
I'm just saying I don't think it's gonna expire. And I don't know if the feds actually could confiscate it. Like I don't know if they had any legal grounds to confiscate it.
Yeah, they pretty. I mean, that's the other thing about. This is the thing about prosecutions that I don't understand. Look, man, if you ain't got the evidence to charge certain things, then don't charge it. Charge what you can
Look,
prove.
man, but you got a public figure like this. You know, it's a trick bag. Like, because I absolutely agree with you that like
Yeah,
the prosecution probably was overreaching, but I also understand it's a trick bag because everybody did see the tape of him whooping that chick ass, whooping Cassie ass. Everybody does have privy to like all these stories and outside sources. So if the prosecution doesn't try to come at him aggressively, then it's, oh, they letting this nigga get off because he got money. They're not trying to come after him. But at the same time, they're gonna go after him with all these aggressive charges that they can't prove, and then he's gonna get off, and it's gonna look like the prosecution over. So really, the prosecution really can't win in a case like this.
yeah,
So
just like the
and
Casey Anthony
this is
situation.
not me saying trying to cape for them or nothing, but it's like I do understand why it's probably difficult to really make an assessment as to what the right move is. Do we be too aggressive, or do we not be aggressive and just go with the charges that we know can stick, and then have the public perception be that it's another example of him being able to buy his freedom? At least with this way, they can say, "Hey, we tried." You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we tried. Well, we
True.
tried to do the impossible. We tried to make a RICO charge for one nigga. Like, we tried to change the rules for this nigga. Like,
They sure did, and failed miserably. Like they didn't fall. They didn't fail like slightly. Nah, man, they failed miserably. Because the biggest thing was when Cassie took that settlement for $20 million. Literally, that's all that is off the table. But they tried to kind of get her. I guess they got there talking to try to introduce some extra
or
stuff.
solicitation of prostitution because they were trying to get Diddy for sex trafficking. And
Yeah, but
the problem with that is, like, I wouldn't say the problem, but the problem with that is when you say, Diddy was sex trafficking, and then the evidence showed that like she was making phone calls and she was part of the person setting it up. It's like, I
they
mean,
ain't
ain't
doing
she
nothing.
guilty of it too then?
Yeah,
Now, granted, I understand the dynamics of if somebody's in an abusive relationship and somebody is scared and fearful, they're trying to do things to eat. Look, I totally get that she's a victim.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not that guy that's like, man, she should be. No, I'm not that guy. But I am going to say it does blur the lines a lot when you're like, hey, you're trying to get Diddy for sex trafficking. And apparently, with the free calls, Diddy won't even in the room sometimes.
I mean, these freak offs must have been awesome.
Nah, man, the jury said the freak offs are actually relatively tame. I think the only detail I did hear somebody say, which is the reason that Diddy gonna have a hard time like winning favor back into the public eye, and this sounds horrible. It's like the idea that he might have whooped the chick ass, that ain't enough to deter us. The idea that he was out here probably forcing men and women to do sexual things that they didn't want to do, that ain't really enough for us to throw him away either. But you know what is gonna make niggas at the barbershop not want to fuck with him no more? He was having Cassie collect the bodily fluids coming from these men ejaculating and bring him into the room with him so he could rub them on his nipples. That right there is a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, that is where we can no longer come back. Which sounds terrible. Like, look, man, in the greater scheme of things, if I said the nigga did was rub another man's semen on his nipples, you'd be like, hey, that's nasty. or I might not vibe with that. But I mean, hey, what a man wants to do with his own, or somebody else's semen is his business.
That's nasty. That's
But
so nasty.
but the fact that he beat a chick ass, probably has been involved in some motherfuckers' murders and shit. We was alright with that, but as soon as the nigga say he out here rubbing other males' semen on his nipples, we like, oh nigga, you can't come back here. Like, nah, we take that. Nah, you take that, nigga. Take that shit back with you.
I mean, he tried to kill Kid Cudi. Like,
once again,
bruh.
all these things that we as a community, the element, don't even care about. We don't care that he tried to blow a motherfucker up. We
In a
don't
car?
care.
Who
We don't
does
care
that?
that niggas with him either end up dead in prison or finding Jesus. We don't care about none of that.
Or Cuba
But I'm
Gooding
telling
Jr.
you, now that it's out on these streets that he's out here rubbing cum on his nipples, like I'm telling you, bro, like he done.
That is,
He can't
bro,
come back now.
that is all sorts of nasty. Like, I can't. I didn't know that. You're so right. Yeah, you can, you literally, no one can't come back from that. That's disgusting.
And I intentionally didn't listen to the trial because I did want to know shit like that. And then I don't even know what interview I heard somebody say it. I was just like, damn, I can't unhear that now.
I can't unhear it now either, man. That's disgusting. Like, and I bet he made her lick
Hey,
him
look,
too.
I ain't saying allegedly shit. They said it was on film. And I'm
Yeah,
saying that, hey, I played college sports, and they told me the film don't lie. so if they got that
bro,
shit on film, now look, if that's just a story that he was rubbing semen on his nipples, it's still a fucked up story. But if they got that shit on film, oh man,
I
I ain't
bet you
saying
can't.
allegedly
I
the
bet you
shit.
Cassie licked it up too, bro.
Allegedly, that nigga nasty.
I bet you Cassie licked it up, which made it even worse.
I
And
don't
then
even want to think about any of that.
kissed her afterwards. And that's
I don't even think about any of that stuff, man. I
uh,
just know when I heard the story, I just kept thinking, that's what he can't come back from.
bruh,
Not punching somebody, not possibly killing somebody, not all the fucked up shit that he's been a part of. That is for the male standard, that is the unforgivable offense.
bruh. I never thought I'd say this. I never ever thought I'd say this. You may disagree, but I never thought I'd say this, man. Yo, but this shit is worse than knocking boots at Christmas, bro. That might have taken the top spot because that's nasty.
I'm gonna disagree because knocking boots at Christmas is just a bad song. The idea of it isn't really terrible. You know what I'm saying? The idea of it isn't terrible.
I mean, but
Like, Ruben, if you told me
the
that
song
you
construction
was
is
knocking
horrible.
boots at Christmas, I wouldn't be like, "Oh man, that's awful." You know what I'm saying? But like, if you was like, "Hey, I was rubbing so and so's cum on my nipples," I'd be like, "Oh, you could have kept that to yourself. You could have kept that to yourself."
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Like, I can't. I literally can't imagine. Like, I can't
No,
physically
see
see
what you
that.
just said right there. I can't imagine. That's me. I can't, and I'm not going to. I just know. Saying it, when you say it, that's what you can't come back from. That see,
No, you can't.
Ruben, you have physically seen Diddy whooping a chick's ass,
Yes, I saw that clip.
and that didn't bother you as much as just the thought of what I just said. And you can't even see that there's a fucking innate problem in that.
I mean, I was always like, but my thing with, because I did see that, man. I was like, bruh, he in a towel. Like, and she got clothes on. And I'm just like, what? I mean, so here's the thing, man. When I see stuff like that, I ain't gonna be front, man. When, like, look, man, I'm a guy. Yes, I'm a guy. I'm a male heterosexual. If a woman was getting attacked by a dude, hey, man, as far as I'm concerned, all bets are off, man. And this dude was naked with a towel on, and she didn't think by any means to like kick the dude in the nuts. Like, I mean, like, if there's a weak point on a male,
Hold on.
hold on, man. No, man.
I hear what you're trying to do, but all right. So here's the thing, Ruben. If she swings and tries to kick him in the nuts, let's say she doesn't connect. What do you think the reaction or the recourse from a male who's already whooped your ass just for leaving the room will be?
I mean, yeah, it's
So,
more
so like
admirable.
what you're saying is it comes from a disingenuous place of never being in a position in which you truly thought your life was going to end. If you think that she should be able to process, well, all I got to do is kick this dude who outweighs me by 100 pounds in the nuts, and everything will be great. And then what?
You think he outweighed her by 100 pounds?
What?
You think he outweighed her by 100 pounds?
Yeah. Cassie
Oh.
couldn't be more than 110 pounds.
You think Diddy's 220?
At the time, Diddy was probably about 210.
Okay. I don't know, man. It's just, yeah. I hear you. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, man. But you are right. Like that, the state of society is effed up, man. If we're saying that beating a woman down and having somebody else's nut rubbed on your nipples, and you're saying the nut rubbed on your nipples is the worst of the two.
Once again, I'm not saying it. I'm saying based on your reaction. Your reaction said everything I needed to say. Like you couldn't get that out your head. You was just like, oh, that's the point of no return right there. Like, hey, look, man, you be out here beating these bitches.
No,
ass.
man, like
you be out here blowing up cars and shit. But hey, man, I draw the line at semen rubbing on your nipples, man. Like that is it.
I mean, yo, man, real talk. Like, nah, man. Like, see it, dude be a woman. That's just not cool at all. Not even remotely. But it's just like, never in my life, truly, in my life, have I ever thought of anything to that effect happening. And I mean, I know some people out here who are freaks. And I mean, I've heard a lot, and we'll just leave it at that. I ain't never heard that. That's new shit. Like that
Look,
is,
man,
that's some absolutely new shit.
I think being a rich young male can be a curse, man. A rich young
Clearly.
male has access to
Too much.
all the sexual desires they possibly can think of, like actually happening.
Like I would have never thought of
Because
that.
we have established that, like, as a male, if you got enough money, you can make almost any sexual fantasy come true.
Like,
And the problem is, it's like, yo, I guess you get to a point where, like, as a heterosexual, or hell, even if you're going to say a guy that likes men and women, but hell, he might have been a heterosexual male at first. And I think what happens is they just get access to everything that they want. That pussy starts becoming bored. It's just like, and look, I never want to be at a place in my life in which, like, as a heterosexual male, I'd be like, hey, man, that vagina is just not enough. I need some more extreme shit. Like, I don't want to be at that point.
Like in top 5?
There's got to be a miserable place sexually where you're just like, you know what, man? Just sexy ass women wanting to please my penis just ain't enough for me no more. Like, that's so boring.
Like in the movie Top 5?
Once again, it's a curse.
I mean, when that dude is like, stick your finger up my butt. What?
Once again, I guess, like I said, man,
that's some WPS right there.
I am not the person that comes out here trying to be the moral authority. See, notice I ain't even said the thing you said about Diddy where I'm like, hey, that's nasty. Like I don't even feel like that when it comes to sexual things like that. Like I'm just like, hey, I don't judge. Whatever gets you off, get you off. It's not for me, but like, I feel like it's just got to be a miserable place where you got to be out here thinking of new shit just to excite yourself, because you have literally maxed out all of your sexual fantasy things. Like, it's just like, you know what? You know, this
I mean,
human fucking is just getting old,
I
getting
guess
outdated.
for some people, missionary just ain't enough.
Once again, I just feel like as a heterosexual straight male, I never want to be in a place where the vagina stops being enough.
I'm with you on that.
Look, man,
I
look,
100% agree.
we'll be out, you know, we'll be TMI up here. You know what I'm saying? If people do it all the time, we'll be look, man, I'm not even into the idea of anal sex because I'm just like, look, I never want to be to the point where the vagina stops being enough. So I'm cool on all that. Like, but once again, my preference, not judging anybody else. Do your
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just think it's funny how all the other stuff I think Diddy could survive. Niggas at the barbershop know you
You'll
out
be
here
about that.
playing with your nipples with other male semen. I'm just saying, Diddy, it's gonna be hard to get back into the graces of niggas with that, man. Like that's
Like that's oh my god. Just you talking about it just makes me go in convulsions, man. Like that's so disgusting. That's so disgusting.
I'm just saying the hip hop community you could survive a lot of things in the hip hop community. You can survive scandals. You can survive like massage. You can survive all that stuff. But
Nah, he won't survive that. Nah,
that's
hell no.
the
Hell
hip
no.
hop barbershop community is not going to be very forgiving about that.
Nope. Not
Like,
at
yo, man,
all.
you could vibe out in the barbershop and talk about Prince, and this nigga was out here with his ass cheeks out and stuff. But ain't nobody, everybody was like, hey man, that's just Prince, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Prince doing Prince shit.
Yeah.
But like Diddy dance gonna be like, oh shit, you mean the nigga that's putting nothing on nipples? I don't know about all that, man. Hey, don't
First
be
of all,
playing that. Hey, no Diddy. No
no
Diddy.
Diddy.
This is a no Diddy committee up in this bitch. Like, we ain't doing that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I went to a barbershop and they started talking about it, I might just get up and walk out, man. I don't think I just don't think I can do it, man. Because I like the fact that we even remotely having a conversation about it. Like I am physically feeling ill because you're right, man. Whether it doesn't need to be my cup of tea or not, that shit disgusting.
Like I said,
That's
it's
just what
the
that's
thing.
what it is.
It's the thing that the simple male cannot overcome. That it's like me and Terry were joking the other day. We was like, hey, and Ike said it too. He was like, yo, no such thing as a bisexual male. And I was like, yeah, you know why? Because the general societal rule is once a guy has fucked another guy, he's gay. There's no in between. I don't make the rules. I just know by definition a guy
Yeah.
can be bisexual.
Yeah.
But I just know societal standards. You ain't never heard nobody refer to a dude as bisexual.
No.
You're either straight or you're gay, or you got the third category, which is you're in the closet, which is really just code for that nigga gay.
Yeah. I was watching the Boondocks the other day. The Pip Name Slipback, one of the Pip Name Slipback episodes. And Riley was like, how do you feel about homies over hoes? And Pip Name Slipback was like, there's absolutely nothing that a homie can do for me over a hoe.
I mean,
And I was like, and then he was like, that sounds like some gay shit. and Riley's face went, I mean, but he won't wrong, man. Like, because at first it was like he would talk to him and he was like, he didn't understand the reference. And then it's like he thought of Pip Name Slipback, thought about it, was like, oh no, no. Oh, it's hilarious, man. It's worth to watch. Freaking Boondocks, man. Worth to watch, bro.
he said a BLT over a hoe,
Yeah.
but never a
Uh,
homie.
What was it, Gangstalicious? Homies over hoes?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Gangstalicious. And then there's Significant. Significant was the best one by far. When they went back to his hometown and that joint looked like a nuclear bomb hit it, I was weak. Because then my thought was, how did you get out of this? Because this joint's terrible. But watch Boondocks, people. Watch Boondocks. What's on your mind, Tico? Movie.
Nothing, man. Because it's not on my mind. No
Don't
Diddy.
say it.
No Diddy. There's no Diddy on my mind right now.
Oh God.
No, man. Just dealing with all these storms and flood, man. I don't normally do the cliche stuff like this, but after being at a camp that my daughter was at yesterday,
Yeah.
and she's right on the river and stuff too, like I just can't imagine like what those victims in Texas are going through with the flood. And so honestly, man, just deepest thoughts and prayers for the families in Texas, man. And I know we try to politicize everything, and the left wants to blame the right for this, and the right wants to, not be a part of this because this is God's plan. Anytime something gets fucked up, it's not their fault. But yeah, man, I don't want to politicize this, like, because they're victims involved. And honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. What matters is it happened, and now what do we do? And if
Yep.
there's ever a time where it'd be really nice to have like an organization that could be federally funded to help out victims and their families in case of emergencies like this, it would be awesome if our country, we had FEMA, and yeah, we're pretty much trying to get rid of that. So yeah, so just remember your vote does actually matter, but let's not politicize this right now. What's important is like, yo, man, there are actual people who've just lost loved ones in an
And they're still trying to find
unparalleled
them.
flood, man. They can't even find them. Like,
Bro.
and I don't even know what's worse, knowing your family member's dead because you found the dead body, or not knowing but pretty much having to assume because you don't even know where it's at.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's it's just a horrible situation, man. And I would love for us to cover it with compassion and togetherness, but I know that's not what our country's capable of. Yes, maybe I'm a pessimistic person because people always say, "Well, American can." Nah, man, America is exactly what the fuck we've made it, which is just divisive and self-serving, and we don't. The people within the community of America do well, but our government does not. And unfortunately, there's a divide. And I don't know what the answer is. I know what we have ain't the solution. But right now, man, let's just be together and love each other, because like that's some crazy shit to just have over 100 some people die
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's what's on my mind, man. Thoughts and prayers to Texas, man.
Same thing, man. T's and P's of Texas. You know, I think the most annoying thing that I see right now is two things. One, that stupid Dodge Ram truck commercial. Which one are we talking about? Oh, the one with Dana White talking about being American. I'm over it. There's one thing we can't stop doing is being American. It's probably our problem as a whole. We need to stop sometimes being American and look at some other shit. But I hate that, and I hate the announcement that he came out with. Maybe it was a week or 2 weeks ago. He is literally going to do a UFC event at the White House. What? Like on the front lawn of the White House. Literally. Yeah, man, that's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard in life.
What?
We're gonna do a UFC event on the White House
At the
lawn.
White House lawn? That's
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard, ever in life. And of course your boy's down for it. And I'm just like, between that and Hulk Hogan's Great American Beer, I can't take it. I can't take it. You know, it's too much, man. It's just too much. And, you know, between all that and the stupid big bill that's going to affect us in 2026 and after, you know, it's all dumb. It's all stupid. But the most important thing is, unfortunately, is ours. So we got to figure out a way to live with it and survive as best we can and move on until we can get this shit fixed. Because, I mean, we did it. You know, you can say he's not my president. Fine. But you know what? They're your senators. They're your House of Representatives. So, like, yeah, man, if there was ever any time to be involved with the small politics, it was yesterday. So that's all I want to say about that. It's just, I'm sick of all these being American commercials. I'm not a true American if I don't drink real American beer. That stuff is probably crap anyway. Like, who cares? Well, I'm not a real American unless I drive a Dodge truck. Whatever, man. Who cares? All I'm saying, use your own mind. Think for yourself. And don't let nobody tell you what to think. Don't let us tell you what to think. That's for sure. You know, just try to do you and be smart. And with that being said, like, thank y'all for listening to a new episode of Jesus Christ. I just saw this. Yeah. Good old Brent, man. Vagina's great. All three holes. Now we're talking. I wish I'd seen that earlier. Probably would have stopped it. But no, thanks for listening to a brand new episode of 5 Minute Warning. Like, thank Moby for joining me today. And hopefully we'll have AG back next week from Parks Unknown. You know, like, thank all of you for listening, whether you listen to us live or you listen to us on the podcast when it comes out. I'm sorry, a couple podcasts behind. I will catch up, I promise. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell someone about us. We're here Sunday evenings, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, until we feel like getting off the mic. And of course, like I said, tell your friends, listen to us. And you know what? I think we're funny. I think we make great sense. And you know what? Doggone it. Please like and subscribe to us as well, so you know when we're on, and you can leave us a comment, and we would appreciate that. And with that being said, as we always do, we will see you next week. Peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.